we in our planet and in many other planets had not word for good and bad. We all the time call the positive and the negative forces. And the better way to understand how these two forces work is if you have in a room a light and you put yourself in the center. As closest you get to the light, the shadow behind you will be bigger. So the darkness is surrounding you, and as close you get to the main point of light, which is the purpose you had, the goal to touch the other perspective of yourself, darkness will go all around you. The light and the darkness were just projections, that the only way you can see both as a creation is in the center. If you go through light or you go through dark, one of those will embrace you, and then you will be lost in one of those perspectives. So you have all these two forces to create realities, but if you move towards one of them and you lost in one of them, the universe will hit you from behind. And that's why to one of those forces we call the negative and the bad energies of the universe. The bad energies of the universe are just your own shadows trying to remember you that you are out of your way. When everything is going bad, when the whole forces of the universe is telling you this is not your way, and suddenly everything goes down, it's not because there is a bad force in the universe. It's because you were so far away from yourself that energy that we call the mission is pulling you back so you can find your center again. The only reality is unity. That's why you cannot go towards one of those perspectives, because they are not true. They are just a perspective to see yourself from another dimension. So the duality is the dimension of creation, is the force that allows you to create a lot of realities so the self can see different perspectives from itself. So we need the dark forces and light forces all the time so we can evolve. We cannot choose just one of them. The only way we can possibly live in balance is exactly that. If we have the same forces in the same amount of energy of both. The first thing that were created in the universe as duality was the projection of a purpose. The self is just in one spot. So in order to go forward to find itself, it needed to project a goal. And that projection was to take a part of it from within to outside, and we call it the purpose. There's where we go, a purpose. It doesn't exist, it's a projection, a hologram, but we need it to create. So we created a purpose, which we call the positive. And opposite to that, we created the mission, which is in the back. The mission is the one that pushed us all the time towards the purpose. And what pushed us from behind is the darkness, is the negative. The negative also, as humans, we call it the feminine. The feminine energy is not bad, it's the womb. It's the womb where we create our reality. So the only way you can create new realities is when you close your eyes, you go to the darkness, and you just imagine every possibility. And the masculine energy is the positive. When you have created every possibility, you say, I choose this one, and you go for it. So that's the masculine energy, which is not male and female. It's creation and destruction. So when you have these two forces, the waves of the universe start to move from the low vibration to the high vibration. And this perspective of the universe in this energy moving around from the positive and negative, start to wave what we call the network of time. The network of time is one of the perspective of the second dimension. The second dimension is built in base of time and space. Time is this negative energy that holds us all in this darkness reality that projects every possibility of creation, of experiences, and that holds us all in just one spot. This spot is projected in many ways of seeing it from different timelines, and then those timelines condition the spot to push itself to split in two and create the space. So after the time start to project outside, the space start to project to every one of those possibilities in time and divide itself as many parts it possibly can, so we as beings can experience every time and every space.